Kenyans, in this war against abductions, you don't even know what you have discovered. We have IG of police who comes and say that he truly doesn't know who is abducting Kenyans. Then we have the former Deputy President Gachagua who comes and say that the IG and police don't know who are abducting Kenyans because RUTO created another unit of police led by a guy called Abel. They reside somewhere in a building with 21th floor that are abducting Kenyans. That the IG has no idea and the police have no idea. Then RUTO confirms our fears by saying we are going to stop the abduction. Who are we? The unit that is led by Abel. The reason I'm telling you don't know what you have discovered is this. Kenyans have been correcting taxes. The taxes have been increased. RUTO has borrowed more than any other president. You cannot see even a project. Is there a possibility that there is another treasury that Kenyans don't know? Outside the government that we know, RUTO has created another treasury of correcting money. Outside the Kenya government we know. Is there a possibility that all these ministers who have been failing in their job, including very competent one, is there a possibility that RUTO created another line of ministries that are doing the job, including the ghost workers and the ghost schools we have been seeing? Is there a possibility that RUTO is running two kind of government? The one that you know, the treasury that you know, and the treasury that is correcting excessive taxes, that is borrowing, but you cannot see the money. Is there a possibility? Because that should be our next line of frontier. We can't be having an Inspector General of Police.
Bonnie Kalwale, this week on Senate, said that this is how you know that this country, Kenya, is truly in the trenches, because we have started having diseases that are commonly found in states that have governments that do not function and in states that have war, like Sudan and South Sudan. That disease is called black fever or Kalaza. It has started manifesting in Marsabit. Let us pray to God it does not come to the highly dense, populated counties, because we are going to be in a lot of trouble, and especially because our health sector is failing or has failed. And do you know why it's failing? Because the controller of budget is telling us that 1.3 trillion Kenya shillings, which happens to be a third of our budget, has been withdrawn in cash by both national and county government. We cannot account for this money because the way it was withdrawn was illegal and unlawful by the government of the day.
Today, I want to ask Kasongo the way Jesus used to ask the Pharisees. RUTO, between serving this man called Mwai, who we know is your friend, and serving these children in your background in Baringo County, among them, ni wapi ukisaidia utaona like umesaidia Mungu? Is it helping this guy who is your friend? We know it's not even about church. You are giving him the money because maybe alikusupport. 20 million in donation, 100 million and akuje State House anytime anataka na pick up ama na kanta, kuna pesa mingi sana. While these children wanakunywa matope, hata borehole hawana, hata classes hawana. And you think by now there is a Kenyan somewhere who think you are a Christian. Yesu alisema mtawajua kwa matendo yao. And matendo yako, William Samoei Ruto, it does not even go anywhere near the salvation. It goes all the way to the hell. All things you have done. Yesterday, we have the newspaper headline saying 1.3 trillion withdrawn in 7 months. In an economy that nothing is working. Alafu, Wakenya wakiangalia headline, na waone unaenda cash 20 million, na unaambia mtu aende na pick up zingine 100 million, Wakenya wanashindwa. God, what did we do to deserve such kind of punishment? Was it a punishment? Then, you justify your statement by saying you want to shame your detractors. The last time you used those words, ulikuwa unaambia watu unajenga makanisa because your distractor that time was Mganga Raila Amolo Odinga. Right now you are working with him. Hii kadi haitakula mara ya pili. My friend, if you go last week Monday to Sunday when you have 1.3 trillion withdrawn for nothing, my friend, it has been pure corruption. 144 million missing, 150 million missing, 3 billion, 2 billion every day. Hiyo ndio kazi. Dealership tupu. And you think this time round utakula na hiyo ukora. It will not work. My friend, sometimes kaga chini unajiuliza, why did you take the presidency? Yeah? Even a day like today, just pack your things and go home. Sema like iyo umeiba itoshe. Yale umefanyia wa Kenya itoshe. You just go. Then the Kenyans will decide if they will pursue you after you have gone home. Because I don't think there is a Kenyan who is stupid enough not to see the conmanship in you, Ruto. These are your people who are drinking matope. While you are here, kufurahisha akina Moi, your friends, because they campaigned for you with over 120 million Kenya shilling. And umebakisha miaka mbili, uende kwa hawa watu wenye wanakunywa matope wanasomea nje, uanze kuambia ati their presidency inataka kuchukuliwa na watu wengine. Like, how can we be stupid as Kenyans? Yani, I'm telling you, even the people who came in that government, hata maminista wenye utaweka wapia, my friend, they will go and they will become useless, like all the wenye ulieka. Jiuliza wataalamu wote umeweka. Has anybody changed anything? Nothing. Awala ungekaa na wakora wako, mumalize Kenya kama mnataka kumaliza, wote mwende nyumbani. Because it's a shame. It's a shame. People don't hate you, they hate your action and they can see it. You are just a con. That's a fact.
Video ndio hii jione.
One of us. Some before I
so which works better? Because you're given two options.
Yes.
Raila Odinga comes in as leader of official opposition.
Yes.
Alternatively, he comes into the government. I don't hear you mentioning what position that would be. Which works better for you from Kenya Kwanza?
Some both would work.
No.
We would want to be put in check as a government.
Question. What works better?
Some do not put me on the spot because any would work for the country.
Put you on the spot.
Do
Ask
not,
your question.
because
what works better?
all of them would be ideal situations. We would want the government to be put in check, as well as we would want them to come in as partners to ensure the success of the program.
What interest does it serve to appoint Raila Odinga as the leader of official opposition in the current regime?
Some. You want me to lose my thought, but let me go back to what I wanted to first state.
Please answer my question.
I will answer your question.
Kagiri, I'm asking a question.
I will answer your question, Sam, but allow me to answer it.
What does it serve to have Raila Odinga as the leader of official opposition in the current regime?
It would serve to keep the government in check and to ensure we implement all the programs that we committed to Kenyans.
You sit in parliament?
Yes, I do.
What is your work?
To legislate, to represent, and to oversight.
You've been unable to oversight the government.
I have not been unable to oversight the government, Sam, but it is, Sam, I would want to take you back to my opening remarks. We have a situation of winner takes it all. We need to know how to manage it
we'll get
as
to
a country.
It after some time.
Yes.
But tell me here, because one of your functions is to oversight the government, it's
yes,
executive in this case. You've been unable to do that you need the services of Raila Odinga.
I have not been unable to do that, Sam.
So why do you need Raila Odinga to come and do it?
Sam, I am telling you, we need to manage how our country is run and we avoid the situation of winner takes it all. So the options are two. Do you bring in number two into government, or do you create an office for the number two person, for the people he represents or the people who supported him to feel that they are part of this government or part of the country?
Why would you bring him into government?
I've told you, Sam, and you just want me to keep repeating the same thing. We share the same vision. Our manifestos read the same thing. So
then why not resign, go to election and have him elected?
Sam, we were elected.
Isn't that how democracy works?
That's how democracy works, Sam. But I'm telling you, as a country, which is cheaper for us, to work together or to go back to an election. Already IEBC, last week, declared that we require 61 billion for the 2027 election.
Right.
You and I know our country is not doing well economically. So would we be going back to a ballot? Or would we...
So should we see the same?
Yeah.
Who came after you in the election in Laikipia?
A lady called... she was number two.
Do you want to share power with her?
I will not share power with her, but nothing stops me from visiting her and telling her, what do you think I can do better in regards to the vision you had for the people of Laikipia County? Nothing stops me.
Who's your governor in Laikipia, Mheshimiwa?
He's called Joshua Rongo.
Number two was?
Number two was RUTO Mureithi, I presume.
Do you want him to come and work with the current governor in some arrangement, political arrangement?
Again, I repeat, nothing stops His Excellency Joshua Rongo from visiting RUTO Mureithi and asking him, what do you think I need to do better for the interest of the people like Laikipia County?
You are creating a position to incorporate him, to push the country forward.
Sam, and that's why I took you through. Remember, the NADCO report is a report that has involved all Kenyans for it to get to the point it is at in Parliament.
It's not the Constitution.
So it is something that is going to amend the Constitution, Sam. So what I'm saying is it is input from Kenyans for us to get to where we are.
When is the amendment taking place to the Constitution?
We should start debating this week, the NADCO report. And by the way, we've already gone into Agenda 1, which is elections. And I believe you've already seen the IEBC panel was established. And now we are about to go into the vetting process of who is going to hold office in IEBC.
But does not amend the constitution, Mheshimiwa.
I have told you we are starting the process. The process. The process starts in Parliament.
The constitution is amended through an amendment bill.
That's what I'm saying. That is what we are going to start by debating.
Debate what?
The NADCO report. And I believe it had 5 agendas. That does not amend the constitution.
It is a bill to amend the constitution that does, isn't it?
Sam, this is all semantics, and I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, I don't know. I am not an advocate. I have two here.
So, anyway, Sam.
Senator Sige, just a moment.